So we officially know who our president is. And I am so relieved that this presidential election is over because I am tired of all the politics. Politics are just in everything, and I just couldn't. People just blah, 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 blah. I vote for Trump. I vote for Harris. You blacks, you gotta vote for Harris. You this, so you gotta vote for Harris. The Puerto Rican vote is the most Puerto Rican vote ever. It's just been an eventful year so far. And this presidential election is the most extensive election because they spent $10.5 million, billion dollars in ad revenue, which is the most they have ever spent on any presidential election. And I'm pretty sure some of that ad revenue went to the advertisements, like plain old advertisements, whether it's billboard, on the TV, just flyers, all this nonsense. I'm pretty sure most of that went to the speakers because there's so many speakers on both sides that I'm just like, why are you here? Like Eminem was on the Democratic side. Who else? Beyonce was on the Democratic side. And then on Trump's side, you had, what's that bald-headed girl name? Amber Rose on the Republican side. And then we have some comedians. Who are we going to speak about today? Because, Tony, what made you think it was a good idea to go to a Trump rally and just start joking? Just start joking. Like, he took his job serious, y'all. He took his job seriously. New president, we have fresh hopes for change. Hopefully, some of y'all don't have hopes at all. Some of y'all lost. And it's okay. It's okay. It's hard to pick between the greater good and the less evil. You know, it was a very hard decision this year. And of course, there is always drama during the presidential election when it comes down to what people say and how they articulate themselves. And it's always up for debate, especially with this I'm sorry. With this comedian, TonyHinchcliffe. Now, I know Tony, not personally, of course, like, I'm not in that atmosphere, but I know Tony from Kill Tony, where he brings out a whole bunch of want-to-be comedians or already established comedians onto the stage, and they perform for a minute in front of a whole bunch of people, and either they crash, burn, or they are actually very good and professional, and he just wants the comedians to have a stage to be able to work on their craft and build themselves up from there, which I think is a huge and generous and thoughtful thing to do for those comedians out there, because it's very hard to get out in the open, especially if you're a comedian. You can use social media, but there's so many comedians on social media, you know, and you don't make a name for yourself until you're actually on a stage presenting in front of a whole bunch of people. And that's what he does. That's what he does. But he recently found himself in hot water because of his remarks on Puerto Rico. Now, Puerto Rico, I am Puerto Rican. He made some Puerto Rican comments, okay? I'm Puerto Rican. He made some Puerto Rican comments. And even me, I'm just like, why y'all take things so seriously? But we gotta get into it.
Please welcome to the stage comedian, roaster, and host of the Kill Tony podcast, TonyHinchcliffe.
Okay, we got a few Trump supporters standing up, giving him a standing ovation.
Madison Square Garden, how we feeling, huh? Wow, isn't this special? 17 years ago, I was sleeping in my car behind the Comedy Store in LA, and I'm proud to say this is my 4th time performing at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the damn world. The American dream alive and well right here. This is very different than where I'm used to performing, though. I'm used to nighttime with people drinking, not so many babies in the crowd, and people that are obviously only here for Lee Greenwood tonight. Normally, I don't make my political beliefs a known thing. It's divisive for a comedian to do that, but...
Like, literally, he knows what he got himself into. He already knows the type of environment he's at. And I love that. He's very self-aware, and he knows that it might not go over well with a lot of people. He knows that. And he's willing to be on stage and take that shot. Hey, he brings in a whole bunch of comedians over and over again on a weekly basis on Kill Tony who do the same thing. They take that shot, they bomb, fuck it, you know, or they win. Great, you know?
Sleep well at night knowing who I'm voting for. Yeah. Yeah. When I lay down and my head hits my pillow.
He always has to put an advertisement. It's one of his things that he always does. He puts an advertisement into what he's saying just cause it's a social media thing. Like, just add it in there real quick, you know. Give me a little promo code. If I was president, I'll get rid of ads.
And if you use the promo code KillTony, you can also buy 4 My Pillows. There's serious stuff happening, people. I live in the great state of Texas now. 18 years in Ohio, 20 years in California, and I got to see California turn to absolute horrendous thing. And traveling the world, I got to see San Francisco turn into one of the most demented cities, one of the greatest downfalls I've ever seen. And that is where the other candidate worked for 2 decades. And in Texas, stuff is really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible. Well, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor. Free speech is under attack, people. I host a show, and each week I get updates what words we're allowed to use and not use anymore. It's happening right now the past few years. It's a real thing. It is absolutely wild times. It really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Okay. We're getting there. Now, again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup.
This is like a free set at a Trump rally. Oh, shoot. He just said, normally I don't follow the national anthem. So I think he is the first one on stage. I think. Just to lighten the mood, I think. I thought he was like maybe the middle. No, he's the first one, I think. I assume. Because after the national anthem, that's when they usually start everything, you know? But he didn't say anything serious, so I'm just really confused as to why people are so mad about the Puerto Rico comment. This is just nonsense. This is just... I don't understand how somebody could be introduced as a comedian, and then when he comes on stage and tells jokes, you're like, no, I hate it. Okay, he's a comedian. Chill out, bro. Maybe it was the wrong place. Maybe it was the wrong time. We all do things in the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong setting. I get it. Somebody made a huge mistake on their part bringing him on because he's such a strong character and he really don't give a fuck. about what he says. He's very slick with his comments. And I love that about Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm not going to sit here and take him seriously because of a stupid comment that he made, knowing that he's a comedian, knowing that he plays games all day. He jokes on himself all day, every day. This is the environment he is in. Just chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Like, he looks like a fucking mall rat. Okay, this is how he lives. This is what he does. I'm not gonna judge him. Let me look in the comments. Let me see. Like, let me educate myself off of the people. You know, Tony Hinchcliffe somehow is the least funny person on a show of open micers. Let's see you up there. Boring comment. What else we got in here? If you can't see past the humor, then you don't really see both sides and you took things to heart. Agree. Your PR joke did not help the campaign at this crucial time. As a Boricua, it was not received well in our community. It was insulting and insensitive. I believe in free speech. However, there can't be a however after. I believe in free speech. Not at the cost of potential Trump votes. Now I can't take you seriously. I thought you was going to say something more profound than that. Not at the cost of potential Trump votes. Shut up. It's not about that. Anyways, moving on. The joke wasn't a racist joke. Okay, we get it somewhere. The joke was because Puerto Rico was actually having a garbage crisis. Like, it's actually really bad. They could run out of landfill space within the next few years. He wasn't calling Puerto Rico, or more importantly, Puerto Ricans, garbage out of nowhere. Let me look at the replies to that. Let me see. He literally said Latinos breed a lot. Is that not a thing? I mean, I know a lot of them. They breed a lot. Like, we're very fertile. Is that something not to be happy about? It wasn't even a joke. Yes, it was a statement. We breed a lot. And what? So he was making fun of their crisis instead. Oh, I see. Totally hilarious. Yes, you can make fun. It's called dark comedy. It's called dark jokes. This is what Tony Hinchcliffe does. He makes fun of himself. He makes fun of other people. He has so many disabled comedians coming onto his show, and they tell jokes about themselves. They tell jokes about Tony, and he in turn tells jokes about them. He makes fun of disabled people all this. He makes fun of everybody. Like, if you don't know who Tony Hinchcliffe is and his background, you should not be talking. I feel like people just take things a step too far. And again, it's a time and place for everything. This is certainly not the time. This is certainly not the place. But he did take a shot, and he missed. He missed a little bit. He just alley-oops and just he missed. He bombed. Just a little bit. Anyways, y'all so soft nowadays. You snowflakes get offended over everything. Pretty soon, comedy is going to be illegal. These Karens are an embarrassment. Stop crying over jokes. Comedy is subjective. Good on you. He said the island was garbage, which isn't just a joke. It's accurate. You hear me? Puerto Rico accurate. He said the island was garbage, which isn't just a joke. It's accurate. Oh my God, I can't. Accurate. It is accurate. Do you think people would be happy a crisis is being highlighted in a light, digestible way? And I feel like he kind of missed his mark when telling this joke. I don't think a lot of people know the crisis that Puerto Rico is having. But quite literally, if you look at this news article, Puerto Rico is grappling with the pressing trash problem that's not just a visual blight, but a serious threat to its stunning landscapes, marine life, and the environment. The urgency of this crisis is underscored by its far-reaching impacts on health, tourism, and the economy. And that's how they make most of their money. And the issue is literally a big pile of trash on a land where they need that money, that tourism money, to let the economy boom. It's a huge issue. It's not just a joke, haha, Puerto Rico is trash, Puerto Ricans are trash. Like, I didn't take offense to that, and I'm glad I looked into it more to educate myself. When it comes to comedy, people need to understand it's not just ha 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 jokes all the time. Sometimes we need some comedic relief to address a pressing issue. And if you're not into comedy, if you're not into dark humor, it's not the area you need to be in. And it's also not the area Tony Hinchcliffe needs to be in right now. But moving on, just gonna move past that. I feel like this wasn't an error on Trump's part. There's a lot of things that go into the campaign, and people are pressed to get people in the campaign for advertising, and this is one of the advertising things. Tony Hinchcliffe actually coming on to represent his side of things. And he's a big name. He's a big name in comedy. And a lot of young people who is probably running most of these campaigns for these presidents for free or as an intern or for low income are getting these people on. Do I believe that comedians and actors and superstars and celebrities should find their way into a political debate or a political rally or whatever the fuck is going on? No, I really don't. If they do want to find their way into it, they should probably just do it on their own time and not a rally's time. I think these things have been for show for the most part in America. And I really don't think a lot of these people need to be on stage at a political rally. But hey, if you want to put yourself there, that's on you. I don't know how much money they giving you. I don't know how much. I really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I honestly, in this economy, I might take the job too. I ain't gonna lie, I might take the job too. We seen on the Democratic side, we got Eminem on their side, we got freaking Beyonce on their side. Like, I don't know about y'all, but Beyonce don't even talk. You think I'm gonna want to listen to her on the stage of a Democratic rally? No, I don't. At least Tony Hinchcliffe is giving us some stand up while he's delivering a speech, okay? I didn't really take this so seriously. There's a lot of other racist comments and other comments that he has made during this little stand-up comedian show, and people are not blowing that out of proportion. I just, you guys pick and choose what is offensive and what is not offensive. And to me, if you look into what the deeper meaning of what he's saying, he's literally saying Puerto Rico has a trash problem, and it's a serious problem. Like, but nobody's going to read that deep into it. There's a lot of other jokes that were just throwaway jokes and very borderline racist or racist, and nobody's complaining about those. He literally just said if you keep watching this video, he literally said, yeah, see that black man over there? Yeah, we carved some watermelons the other day. Like, is that nothing to complain about? Like, but no, you want to complain about a joke that actually makes sense and spreads light on the issue that is going on in Puerto Rico with some comedic relief. You don't complain about that, but you complain about this? I really don't understand. I really don't. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. I'm just over it. We need some more freedom of speech, and I totally think that the joke and or the seriousness went over people's heads, because literally when he came on stage, he was like, my freedom of speech is getting attacked almost every day. And that was the most important part. If y'all ever went to school, you know the first sentence of a paragraph is usually the summary of what the rest of the paragraph is going to be about. And y'all completely missed that part because he made a joke about garbage and he made a joke about something else. Like, y'all don't take everything into consideration. I'm not offended at all. I'm Puerto Rican. Some of y'all don't claim me, but it's all right. That's an issue that we have to speak about in the Hispanic community. But, we're not here for that. Anyways, I really don't take it that seriously. They introduce him on the stage as a comedian. But y'all gonna take this man 100% seriously? No. No. Hell no. I don't even take politics 100% literally. It's all a show. It's literally all a show. The things I talk about on this commentary channel, I literally don't take it 100% literally. Because, again, it's all a show usually. Usually. It amazes me that we have minds up here, but we don't use them. We just go with what other people are going with. It's like a tribe mentality, and I really don't want that to happen. And that one of the reasons why we have a tribe mentality is because freedom of speech is not freedom anymore. It's not. We want to have a hive or a tribe mentality if people were able to say what they really wanted to say. But I digress. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I don't get canceled, because I'm Puerto Rican. I'm about to have me some 18 kids. Yeah, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I hate giving birth. I hate being pregnant. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You see, some of us are done. We're done. I just wish we could say what we want to say. Like, it will save us so much heartache in this country if I was able to tell certain communities about themselves, just opening up their mind to different ideas, like not being inbred, not having inbred children. Certain communities need to hear that it's not good. I know y'all want to keep the money in the family, but like, Jesus Christ, they find a different way. That there has to be some other laws. Most of y'all lawyers, I'm not telling y'all what community I'm talking about, but most of y'all lawyers, some of y'all lawyers out there, I know there's different ways where you could keep the money in the family. I guarantee you 100%. It does not have to be inbred children. Just talk about that. I'm not naming the community, but I be going down Bedford Ave sometimes and just, whoa. Okay.